Coming up on Valley View News, a missing Indonesian submarine was found on the seafloor near Bali over the weekend. Plus, a vintage flea market is the first of its kind to open in Oxnard. And what some CSUN students are saying about this year's graduation ceremony.
Hello, and welcome to Valley View News. I'm Jordan Henry.
And I'm Andrea Esparza in the Digital Media Center.
Los Angeles County reported less COVID cases and hospitalizations as more people got vaccinated. The county public health director strongly suggests everyone who is eligible to get vaccinated. Authorities are reminding people that anyone 16 or older living in Los Angeles County can get vaccinated without booking an appointment. Officials say they'll resume the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccines along with the required warnings about rare instances of blood clots.
It's been more than a year since the European Union stopped all non-essential travel in order to slow the spreading of coronavirus. This summer, fully vaccinated Americans will be able to visit the EU.
Americans have to take the same precautions that they're going to take wherever they go, whether it's the United States or within the U.S. or in the EU.
So the 28% of fully vaccinated Americans can now travel to different EU countries.
The CDC is preparing for the return of summer camps. It's issuing new COVID-19 guidelines. They say everyone at the camp should wear masks all the time. Social distancing should be enforced after the camp employees are vaccinated. So far, vaccines are readily available for children. Also, the CDC recommends camp activities take place outside as much as possible. People can find a new list of guidelines on the official CDC website.
COVID-19 restrictions continue to interfere with graduation celebrations. Several CSUN students are upset with the options offered for this year's graduating ceremony. Our reporter Casey Contreras has more.
Some students are upset about the new graduation options offered by California State Northridge. Like last year, graduates won't walk across the stage. 2021 senior Sandra Arimi says she feels shortchanged.
I understand the circumstances, the global circumstances, and if my family can't make it, at least make it for us, because it's ultimately like, it's not my family graduating, it's me that's graduating. Like, I should feel like I'm done.
Last year, graduate Brittany Weeks was the first in her family to receive a college degree. She says she appreciates the university's efforts, but what bothered her the most last year was the lack of communication from the school to the 2020 graduating class.
It's not going to be fun sitting in your car just like... There's not going to be people around watching the parade. I mean, everybody's just going to be in the car.
Christopher Aston is CSUN's interim co-director of new student programs and ceremonies. He says CSUN did everything it could to give students the graduation they deserve. Ultimately, space limitations and COVID-19 precautions forced the school to continue with a virtual format. An in-person car parade will also be part of ceremonies this time.
The way our route is patterned, their car and their person, they're going to be driving right in front of the university library for a picture opportunity. That's experiencing the university like no other. Nobody's been able to do that. So this is a brand new kind of wow, that's happening. And if all goes correct, they will hear their name announced aloud on a loudspeaker as they're driving past.
Registration forms for both the online commencement ceremony and the car parade are available now online on the CSUN website. For more information, you could check out the commencement guide online. Reporting for Valley View News, I'm Casey Contreras.
Apple says it's investing $430 billion and adding 20,000 new jobs to the U.S. economy. The tech giant said it'll invest $1 billion in North Carolina alone. Its North Carolina operation will create at least 3,000 jobs involving machine learning, artificial intelligence, and software engineering. North Carolina is expected to receive about $1.5 billion in economic benefits from Apple's investment.
The family of Andrew Brown has seen 20 seconds of the body cam footage that shows revealing facts about his last moments of life. There, his family witnessed Brown's hands firmly on the steering wheel, an act that his family describes as non-threatening and shouldn't have resulted in death.
It's so very important that we have transparency, because if we don't have transparency, we can never get to accountability.
His attorney reaffirmed that Brown's hands were on his steering wheel and that in fact wasn't reaching or touching anything. Brown remained in his car while being shot.
In an effort to get CSUN to hire more professors of color, some students marched around campuses demanding changes. Valley View News reporter Justin Miranda tells us more.
A group called Diversified CSUN Professors held a demonstration on campus. Students, professors, and activists gathered in front of the university's sign. Organizer Daniel Garcia says this demonstration was created by concerned students, professors, and members of the community.
Diversifying CSUN Professors is one about representation mattering, right? Like if you know the statistics, you know that students of color aren't being well represented.
Demonstrators carried homemade signs and marched with them throughout the day.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
A group of students, grad students, you know what I'm saying, credential students, you had undergrad students, you had black students, Asian students, white students, Latinx students.
Before the march, the organizers, some CSUN professors and community activists rallied the crowd.
I am a Chicano, I am a Boricua, I'm a man of color.
CSUN graduate student Robert Hogg says Diversified CSUN Professors is a group that supports the school's professors of color. It's advocating for a more diverse faculty.
I'm white, I'm teaching a ton of people from LA, I'm not from LA, or who have different experiences than me, and I realize that I can't give them that, and I want somebody in the department who can.
This is only the beginning for Diversifying Professors. Reporting for Valley View News, I'm Justin Miranda.
Customs and Border Protection officers seized more than $4 million worth of methamphetamine at a Far Reynosa International Bridge in Texas. Officials used a non-intrusive imaging system to find the contraband. It was in a tractor trailer carrying a shipment of cucumber pickles. More than 200 pounds of meth was hidden inside. The CBP and the Department of Homeland Security are still investigating the origins of the shipment.
President Biden has completed his third month in office. According to the average of polls, Biden's approval rating sits about 54%. Most of Biden's presidency has focused on managing the COVID-19 crisis. His approval rating hasn't gone above 55%. His low bottoms at 52%. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez said many people expect Biden to be more conservative.
I do think that the Biden administration and President Biden has definitely exceeded expectations that progressives had.
Biden's average approval during his 3 months is slightly less than 54%.
The Biden administration will expand the summer food program for children. It'll use $34 million from the COVID-19 relief package. Eligible children will get $6.82 a day in food assistance. That adds up to $375 for the entire summer. Also starting in July, low-income families can get about $250 a month for children between ages 6 and 17. Those families with children under the age of 6 could receive as much as $300 a month. Children who are getting free or reduced price meals are also eligible for the summer benefits program.
Every Friday, the Calsa Care Foundation gives families in Pacoima a week's worth of food. Reporter Lizette Ceja went to the DriveThru food pantry to see how this resource helps families during the pandemic.
It's 2:30 in the city of Pacoima, and cars line up for the DriveThru food pantry at the Calsa Care Foundation. People like Mariela Rodarte patiently wait for the food pantry to open for food and produce distribution.
I got here at around 3. I started by the freeway by the buildings on the other side of the street.
Every Friday from 4 to 6 in the afternoon, approximately 900 families receive a week's worth of food and produce. Juan Abelard is unemployed due to the pandemic. He says he relies on what he gets from the pantries.
Thank you for everything with this virus. Everything has gone up. This helps a lot of people, including myself.
Before COVID-19, the Calsa Care Foundation would serve only 80 families in the community once a week. The need has increased 600%. To make sure that all families who line up are served, 50 volunteers come to donate their time. They help open trunks and gather basic information from families to better understand the community's needs.
Our volunteers are absolutely amazing. I think 95% of them are all under the age of 25.
The Calsa Care Foundation was first established in 2013 as a place of worship for Sikhs. Today, Calsa is a vital resource for residents in the city with the highest COVID-19 case rates. From Pacoima,
Lisette Ceja for Valley View News.
More to come on Valley View News. California works toward passing a bill that'll benefit animals, and see how the streets of Vintage Flea Market became a blessing for struggling online businesses.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Now let's go to Gina Wong in Studio B with updates on what's happening around the world.
The U.S. is helping India as the country suffers from critical oxygen shortages in addition to increased coronavirus cases. Dr. Anthony Fauci says both countries suffered the most during the pandemic.
The very difficult situation that India is going through very, very seriously. You know, the United States and India are the two countries now that have suffered the most. Things like getting them vaccinations is certainly on the table.
To help, the U.S. lifted a ban on sending raw materials abroad. This allows India access to make more AstraZeneca vaccines. Last Sunday, more than 350,000 new cases were reported. This is the highest recorded number of cases in a single day anywhere in the world. India is fighting a devastating second wave of COVID-19. Cases have risen to 17 million. The director of All Institute of Medical Sciences says even people with no COVID symptoms are panicking.
There is an unnecessary panic among the public, and it is causing more harm than good.
The crematoriums are overwhelmed in hard-hit cities like New Delhi. Ambulance after ambulance wait in line to cremate the dead. More people are arriving now than last year. Crematoriums fear they'll run out of space soon. India reached a global record of new daily infections for the 5th day in a row on Monday. A missing Indonesian submarine was found near Bali. The KRI Nanggala 402 was found broken into 3 pieces on the ocean floor. Its 53 crew members are dead. The submarine lost contact during a torpedo firing drill. The US, Australia, and India helped search for the sub. President Joko Widodo sent condolences to the dead submariners' families. A delay in travel between Hong Kong and Singapore will start on May 26. There will be a limit of up to 2 travelers for each flight. Passengers must be tested for the coronavirus before traveling. If more than 5 COVID-19 cases are found, then all travel will be suspended. People won't be required to quarantine. However, Hong Kong residents must have taken at least 2 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine before flying back to Singapore. Russian authorities suspended operations for the offices of imprisoned opposition leader Alexei Navalny. The Moscow prosecutor claims Navalny's foundation is an extremist group like ISIS. He wants the courts to rule in his favor. That would make the organization illegal and its members could face going to prison. But the organization says it's not going down without a fight.
You know, we have to believe that everything will be fine, and true will win.
Human rights advocates say if the court supports prosecutors' claim, then it could be an extreme blow of freedom of expression in Russia. Volcano ashes are spread all over the island of St. Vincent in the Caribbean. The aftermath of volcanic eruptions has disrupted the island's infrastructure and agriculture. Crops in the northern part of the island were all destroyed. People now fear not having enough food to eat. More than 15,000 residents evacuated their homes. The eruption came just weeks ahead of the hurricane season. The UN is trying to raise $20 million in emergency aid for the island. I'm Gina Wong reporting from Studio B. Back to you, Jordan.
Animal support groups are working to pass the Breeder Humane Act. This will set guidelines for breeders in California. Our reporter Ava Lang has more on the story.
Each year, uninformed pet owners buy animals from backyard breeders. Social compassion and legislation's mission is to save and protect animals. They're working to pass the California bill SB 702 Breeder Humane Act.
The goal of the bill is to set minimum standards on how the animals are raised and bred. Right now in the state of California, there really are no minimum standards.
Breeders without standards view animals as just another commodity. They sell them even if they're malnourished and diseased. Many animals are far too young to be leaving their mothers. Unscrupulous breeders breed for quantity, not quality.
They breed as often as they can. They keep them in substandard conditions.
Since 2019, California pet shops are only allowed to sell dogs, cats, and rabbits from animal shelters or rescue groups. This cut off the demand for puppy mill animals and gave an opportunity for animals at shelters to find homes.
500,000 animals get euthanized every year because they can't find homes in shelters. So this gives them a chance to be seen by people, when they're grabbing, a bag of dog food or a treat.
Animal advocates are urging people to help pass the Breeder Humane Act. They're asking people to go to socialcompassionandlegislation.org and sign the petition. Reporting in Los Angeles, I'm Ava Lang.
Ohio Democratic Congressman Tim Ryan launched his 2022 Senate campaign. Ryan got endorsements from national leaders like former Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. Ryan believes Ohio can return back to being a blue state. It turned red or Republican during the Trump era. Ryan has represented the Youngstown area since 2003. He says Ohioans are working harder than ever, and they are still falling behind. Also running for the same position is Amelia Sykes. She's a minority leader of the Ohio House of Representatives.
The Streets of Vintage Flea Market is the first of its kind in downtown Oxnard. It's opened a space where online businesses can benefit from face-to-face interactions with their customers. Leslie Gama has more on the story.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Good, yourself?
Good, thank you.
With the pandemic, online businesses struggled with sales. Many needed to find a different approach in order to gain customers. Jose Celedon owns Streets of Vintage Flea Market. Even in a bad economy, he said his goal is to help the community.
A community circulation where you're getting to meet the community and you're circulating the dollar inside the community.
Mina Briones runs the Bake and Create stores. Since the pandemic hit, her revenue plummeted because there are fewer social gatherings. But she says the flea market helps her make money. She can build more in-person relationships.
Even those new faces, we're starting to see them come back every time we do the event.
Many other businesses are experiencing economic strain as well. They range from spiritual healers to clothing boutiques. Priscilla owns the Jardín Cafe LA. She said her business is a dream come true. At the flea market, she's still able to enjoy socializing with her customers in a COVID-friendly environment.
I believe that has helped us in the way that we are able to socialize in a safe way.
It's gone really good.
There are over 30 vendors attending the Streets of Vintage Flea Market. It is a place where online businesses can benefit from in-person interactions with their customers. Reporting in Oxnard for Valley View News, I'm Leslie Gama.
When we come back, an update on a renovated Valencia ice station. Also, how residents of Acton, California are helping a 1970s saloon with a rich history remain in business. Stay with us.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
The 93rd Academy Awards celebrated some of the past year's cinematic projects. It was held in LA's Union train station. Nominees were allowed to take off their masks when on camera, but had to put back their masks during the breaks. The Oscars saw many red carpet looks, including Trayvon Free's suit lined with names of police brutality victims. Director Regina King opened the show, which became a historic evening for women and people of color. Chloe Zhao won Best Director for Nomadland. She's the first Asian woman to do so. Her film also won Best Picture. Soul won Best Animated Feature Film and Original Score. Tyler Perry accepted the Humanitarian Award. He delivered an emotional speech that urged for more tolerance.
I refuse to hate someone because they are a police officer. I refuse to hate someone because they are Asian. I would hope that we would refuse hate.
Sir Anthony Hopkins delivered an upset by winning Best Actor over fan favorites Chadwick Boseman and Riz Ahmed.
Tesla CEO Elon Musk is hosting Saturday Night Live. The announcement sparked an uproar on social media, and many are wondering why the show is featuring a billionaire with no acting experience. Controversial stunt casting is not unusual for SNL, as it helps increase ratings. In 2015, Donald Trump hosted the show, drawing in more than 9 million viewers. The episode will air May 8th with musical guest Miley Cyrus.
After going out of business during the beginning of the pandemic, the Valencia ice station, now known as The Cube, recently reopened. Our reporter Adam Roman spoke with the general manager about their new daily operations.
The renovated Valencia ice station is now officially open. It was bought by the city of Santa Clarita for about $14 million. Last month, the city announced the location would be renamed to The Cube. General Manager Larry Bruyere says the rebuilt facility has an enhanced compressor system.
One of them didn't work at all, and the other two were in pretty bad shape, so it completely redone all 3 compressors.
Santa Clarita ensured that the compression systems in the building would work. The city added pipes and fixed some pipes to create a reliable refrigeration system. Hockey player Ian Canavari welcomes the changes. He's ready to get back on the ice.
It's a good feeling. It brings a lot of hope because now we can play some hockey. We've been stuck at home wanting to play hockey for a while, so it's nice.
The Cube staff makes sure that ice skaters follow COVID-19 rules. Also, staffers say they want people to be safe and feel safe while on the ice.
We have sanitizing stations all over the building. We just put in a filtration system that kills bacteria, so that's enhanced the air quality here as well.
The Cube's day-to-day operations are currently being handled by the sports entertainment company and the Los Angeles Kings. Reporting in Valencia for Valley View News, I'm Adam Roman.
fully vaccinated sports fans can get back to normal viewing experience. The Dodger Stadium and Bank of California Stadium are opening fully vaccinated zones where fans can watch the game without maintaining a social distance. To secure a seat, fans will need to show proof of vaccination and a photo ID. Los Angeles Football Club fan Jonathan Reimer says he's happy the organizers found a way for fans to celebrate safely.
This is such an integral part of all of our lives, such an important piece of what makes us whole, and the fact that we've been separated from this experience for so long, it means so much of us just to get back in there and be able to celebrate this team, this community, this culture.
Los Angeles sports venues must operate at 33% while in the orange tier. The fully vaccinated zones will allow more fans to be in the stadiums.
Olympic organizers released plans showing how the games will take place. The 15,000 athletes participating are required to get tested daily for COVID-19. They're required to self-quarantine for 14 days when they arrive. A majority of Tokyo residents are opposed to the games. Less than 1% of the residents are vaccinated. It's yet to be decided if fans will be allowed to attend. Final protocols will be released in June. The games will run from July 23rd to August 8th.
The gold rush may be over, but there's still a spot where you can get a taste of that history. Our reporter Sofia Lesios visits an historic saloon located just 45 minutes outside Los Angeles.
This rustic restaurant has some rich history in California. The original 49er was a roadside saloon built in the 1870s during the California Gold Rush.
He just served libations and stuff to the miners, the ranchers.
Being open for more than 150 years, the locals of Acton, California have been putting in extra support during the pandemic.
First time I came here I was 5, and it was all dirt roads, and this was a bar, and I remember it. I came with my father.
Been regulars when it's been open.
With some unique items on their menu.
We have our Western burger, pork chops, and our burgers are phenomenal.
Corn fritters.
He's sweet up to your mouth, and you take a bite and you get both the syrup and then just the texture it's very enjoyable.
The regulars of the town come back for more.
I cannot tell you, look at this, it's phenomenal. On our scale of 1 to 5, this is a 5. So, highly recommended.
It's not just the food that brings the community back again.
People are here. They, even table to table right now in the patio, the tables are all separated. People see the same people and they talk and they get to know each other. And, even if you come here and you've never met anyone before, within 10 minutes, it's like you've been here all along.
Bringing in some country living and taste. Reporting in Acton, California for Valley View News, I'm Sofia Lesios.
A new study shows the T-Rex may have walked slower than we thought. Researchers estimate the dinosaur's step length would have been 6.2 feet, equaling to the walking speed about 3 miles per hour. Netherlands grad student Pasha van Bijlert says the dinosaur's tail impacts the way they walked. It would have bounced vertically with each step. Other researchers believe they're slow because of their weight. T-Rexes weigh between 11,000 to 15,000 pounds. That's all for us at Valley View News. I'm Jordan Henry.
And I'm Andrea Esparza. For stories any time of the day, go to our website, sundial.csun.edu. Thanks for watching.